Imagine you're managing a sprawling real estate portfolio across multiple major cities. Your business is generating thousands of data points every single day. This is where data manipulation language steps in, specifically the SQL SELECT statement. It is a specialized language designed to instantly extract precise answers without you ever having to sort through the raw files yourself. Instead of drowning in spreadsheets, SQL gives you a way to become an active interrogator of your business data. You ask exact questions and you get exact answers. To ask those questions, you need to understand the basic anatomy of a query. Look at this structure. While there are several optional clauses, only the select and friend commands are strictly mandatory to get a response. The simplest question you can ask is to cast a broad net. You end up staring at unneeded details, like birth dates, instead of just salaries and locations. To fix that, you just drop the asterisk and name your targets directly. By specifying exact column names, like staff number, first name, last name, and salary, you immediately refine the output. However, while the select clause dictates which categories of information you see, it doesn't control which specific people or items are returned. For that, we have to dig a level deeper. That is the job of the where clause. Think of it as your primary sieve, setting strict conditions that a row must meet to make it onto your screen. Need to find leadership? Use the in operator to quickly pull any staff member whose position is listed as either manager or deputy. Often, you work with fragmented data. By using the like operator paired with a %sign, a wildcard for any sequence of characters, you isolate any address string containing the word Glasgow, regardless of surrounding text. You can even search for specific omissions. Using the is_null operator exposes the blank spaces in your database, letting you instantly track down properties where client comments were never recorded. When you stack these operators together, you create an impenetrable sieve. You strip away millions of irrelevant records, leaving only the undeniable facts you requested. Real-world data is rarely perfect, which means sometimes the exact metric you need isn't actually written down yet. But SQL lets you calculate new data points on the fly. You take an annual salary, divided by 12 in the query, and use the as alias to neatly label it a monthly salary. You also have to account for redundant entries. If a client viewed the same property multiple times, it creates multiple rows. We use aggregate functions. Instead of printing out a long list of individual rent prices, you use functions like count or sum to automatically collapse thousands of rows down into one definitive total. SQL functions as a live processing engine, capable of turning raw records into finalized business intelligence in a single execution. Think back to the starting point. On one side, chaotic, endless tables of raw inputs. On the other, the exact answer. A clean, minimalist table showing the total rent generated by senior staff in Glasgow. You reached that answer through a strict order of operations. You queried the tables, filtered out the noise, cleaned up the duplicates, and let the system summarize the numbers. Because the syntax is highly standardized, mastering these clauses gives you a universal toolset. You can run these exact same logic patterns across almost all modern business databases. SQL transforms a complex, noisy haystack of data into a transparent, easily searchable system, giving you total command over your organization's information.